Hello everyone, here is the video for how to make cinnamon heart candy syrup for our Chronic Tonic Tales live stream, which is going to be tomorrow if you're watching this the night it comes out. So for this syrup, you will need 1 cup of water, 1 cup of the cinnamon heart candies, and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. You're going to mix those up in a saucepan over high heat. You want it to come to a boil, and you're also going to want to be mixing it with a whisk or a wooden spoon. I started with a whisk and I ended up switching to a wooden spoon. One, because I ended up with candy hearts stuck in the bottom of the whisk by the end of my time with the whisk, and 2, because I'm very heat sensitive and that pot was hot. And so despite having an oven mitt on for part of the time, it ended up just making sense to have the wooden spoon. So you'll see me using a mixture of both. But yeah, you want to be stirring with something basically the whole time, because otherwise you're going to have the candy hearts stuck to the bottom of the saucepan, and you don't want that. We're aiming here for everything to reach a boiling point and to fully mix together. So you really want that sugar and also especially those candies to fully break down without sticking to the bottom of your pot. So as you can see now, it is coming to a boil and we've given it a lot of attention. There's my oven mitt for you. We're giving it a lot of attention. We really don't want to leave clumps of candy at the bottom that will stick to the saucepan and also end up burning as opposed to dissolving. So yeah, there's the giant chunk. Great chunk. Lovely chunk. Very annoying chunk. And part of the reason why I switched to the wooden spoon here. But I just left it over because I was thinking I'd get more off. Trying to get more off, you know. But yeah, so we're letting it do its boiling thing and its melting thing. And now here we're getting to a point where everything has melted and blended in together. So now we are just going to leave it alone for about 2 to 3 minutes, keeping it on high heat and boiling for those 2 to 3 minutes. Once that boiling time is done, once the 2 to 3 minutes has elapsed, then you can turn off the heat completely and just give it some time to cool off before you decant it into any kind of container. So that is what I did. I put it into mason jars, which you will see in a moment. I put it into a couple mason jars using a funnel, just to be extra careful, because pouring out of a saucepan, it doesn't give you as much control as pouring out of a small bottle. So got a little funnel in my tiny mason jars, and now that it has cooled off just enough, I gave it, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. It was still warm, but it wasn't hot. I moved it over into a couple of mason jars, and then I left those sitting out for a bit before I closed them up and put them in the fridge. Now, if you're making this day of, and given the fact that I'm giving you this video the night before our live stream, that very well, very words. That will very likely be the case, and that's fine. Ideally, you don't want to put it in your cocktail with it hot, but if it's warm or room temperature, not quite cold yet, the ice will help balance that out. And you will be okay. It will be fine. But that is all you need to do. when it comes to making the syrup. We only need about 3 ounces of syrup for one beverage. And I think if I were to eyeball it, I probably made enough for 5-6 drinks, maybe more than that. Tough to say. But yeah, I will see you all for our Chronic Tonic Tales to make this Valentine's Day drink at 5 p.m. EST. Bye, everybody!